Mr. Toyland.
Okay, so let's check out the Star Wars Rebel Alliance set from the Celebrate the Saga series. Now, this came out in 2020. Now, I just got this on Amazon. It was, pretty cheap actually compared to what some of these go for on eBay and things like that. So if it's still available, I'd go pick it up if you can, right? So I was on the fence. I saw the faces on some of the figures, specifically the Han Solo and the Luke, and I was like, oh, I love these figures. I think they look really cool. Let me see if these are re-releases or whatever, right? So I did some research on it, and they look like re-releases, but with some updates, basically, right? So let's start with R2. I mean, who knows? There's a million different R2-D2s out there, and they're all pretty good. R2-D2, even from back in the 77 version, they're all pretty good. R2-D2 is what you get. It's R2-D2. He's here. He moves right here, limited. He opens up a little on his chest if we don't break him. So basically his chest opens up. I pushed it in a little bit. That's okay. Leia right here. Now all these figures have pretty limited movement, which I like. They're not like the vintage collection where, they move like in crazy ways. Like she moves at the legs down here. Up, down, arms. I think her hands are stationary on this figure. Her head is on a little bit of a ball, I guess, so you get a little movement on there, but you can see the face out. Little different than the prior Hoth Leia figure, right? Pretty good stuff. We got the Chewbacca, right? So standard Chewie. He's got his bandolier that's kind of all, detached, kind of hangs on the body like that. Looks pretty good. He's got his bowcaster. Standard movement, just like legs, arms. I mean, neck it moves a little bit, just to give him a little kind of movement, right? So we got that. Now, the two figures I wanted specifically were the Luke Skywalker, the Jedi Knight, and the Han Solo Bespin, right? So Luke comes with his lightsaber. Now, he's pretty cool because he's got this cool outstretched hand like this. Now, I believe this is a re-release, but again, the paint deco on the face looks a little better on this one. So I do like this figure better than the prior release. But he does move at his wrists, so he can get a little more movement when he's causing things to rise in the air, like, oh, like this, right? So he's got his lightsaber, moves there, arms move like this. Head goes back and forth, legs go up and down. And again, there's no movement on the boot on him, just a pretty standard movement for these guys. And I think he looks super cool, poses great. Again, with that little wrist movement, just a lot of cool positioning you could do with that. Now, the Han Solo figure, initially I thought was a re-release of the Galaxy's Adventure, whatever it was, like the looking like the cartoonish one that comes in like the little capsule. But it's not. This face is a different face altogether, or at least different paint apps, and I think this one looks the most like Harrison Ford out of any of the 3 3/4 inch figures that I've seen so far. I love this figure. I think this set is worth it just for the Han Solo figure alone. So he's got his cool Bespin outfit. Moves really just at the neck, left and right, arms up and down, no wrist movement, no leg movement here, it just goes up and down. What he does have though, which is also super cool, he's got a little holster for his gun, which again, a lot of these figures do not have, right? So, yeah, Han's just ready for action. I'm a really big fan of these kind of throwback style figures with the limited movement. I have the Black Series figures. I have the figures that move around a lot. I don't need my Star Wars figures that are 3 3/4 inch to go crazy movements like some of the vintage collection ones. I'm okay with the basic points of articulation. So, if you can still find this on Amazon, again, it's pretty cheap compared to, again, what some of these sets go for on the secondary market. So I would pick these guys up. Han Solo, R2-D2, Leia, Luke, Chewbacca, boom. What gets better than that? Nothing. All right, take care.